very good evening to you. I'm Daphne, Orina, and we begin now. I'm in the company of Sheila Kinyaga, who's our sign language interpreter for the night, and I go by the name Daphne Orina. We're streaming live on Facebook at KUTV Kenya and on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. Let's get started. President William Ruto has said the government is going to take firm measures to restore security in the North Rift, reiterating that police officers are going to ruthlessly deal with the bandits who are stirring tension, stealing cattle, and killing innocent residents. President Ruto made the sentiments during an interdenominational Thanksgiving service at Kabarnet Showground in Baringo County.
This is the first tour of President Ruto to the county since his swearing in as Kenya's 5th president. The president used the opportunity to thank the residents for their overwhelming support during the concluded general election of 2022. During the sermon, the issue of insecurity was largely covered as leaders who addressed the congregation asked for restoration of peace. President Ruto asked for calm, saying the government is aware of the matter and order will be restored soon.
Mambo ya amani, tumekubaliana ya kwamba Kenya hii ni yetu sisi zote. Mimi nataka niwaambie watu wa Baringo vile ninawaambia watu wa Samburu, Turkana, West Pokot, Elgeyo Marakwet, tutahakikisha ya kwamba sehemu hii tunakuwa na amani na tukakubaliana na tukakuwa na maagano na tukakubaliana tutaweka askari waanze kazi ya kusanya bunduki na hiyo kazi ikaanza.
On the other hand, the president assured the residents that the government is going to put stringent measures in fighting illegal breeds in the county.
Tutawasaidia na pembejeo, mbegu, tutawapatia mbolea kwa sababu mwezi ujao, next month, tuko na soko kubwa ya Marekani. Wametupatia nafasi ya kuuza cotton products kule Marekani.
I want to tell you that we know that Baringo County is in the center of the plan that you launched.
For ages, the North Rift counties of Elgeyo Marakwet, Samburu, Turkana, West Pokot, Laikipia and Baringo have been on the headlines for rampant attacks by the bandits.
And we must give the judiciary the space ya kukabiliana na jukumu yao ya kuhakikisha kwamba wanaamua vizuri hasa katika vita ya ufisadi.
On 25th of September, President Ruto ordered security agencies to deal with perpetrators who were involved in the deadly Turkana East Boundary attack that left 11 people dead, including 10 security and administration officers. Shadrack Simiu, KUTV.
Gachagua says a move by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nurdin Haji, to withdraw his 7.4 billion shillings case graft due to lack of adequate evidence was noble. Gachagua is asking Haji to do the same by scrapping off the cases of those who were falsely instigated. The Deputy President made the sentiments during an interdenominational Thanksgiving service in Baringo County, noting that no one should be criminalized by virtue of personal interest from certain individuals.
Kuondolea Rigathi Gachagua kesi haijatosha. Wale watu yote mliwekelea makesi, muende mtoe hiyo makesi. Kwa sababu ni makosa kubwa sana kutafutia watu makosa kwa sababu ya msimamo wao wa kisiasa. Kuondolea Rigathi Gachagua kesi haijatosha. Wale watu yote mliwekelea makesi, muende mtoe hiyo makesi. Kwa sababu ni makosa kubwa sana kutafutia watu makosa kwa sababu ya msimamo wao wa kisiasa. Kuondolea Rigathi Gachagua.
In other news, the public participation for National Treasury proposed Hustlers Fund is expected to begin tomorrow for the next 3 days. The process will run from November 14th to 16th. And this comes hours after the Treasury CS Njuguna Ndung'u published regulations to govern the 50 billion shillings Hustlers Fund under the Public Finance Management Act. According to the regulations published by the National Treasury, beneficiaries will be required to be above the age of 18 years and hold a Kenyan identification card to qualify for the loans. The process will involve national and county representatives, county assemblies, and local members of parliament, sector groups and associations, cooperatives, and SME associations. For one to benefit, they should also be members of micro, small, and medium enterprises, circle societies, chama and table banking groups, or any other registered association. Now, Garissa County is one of the few counties that have been directly affected by fraud cases. The governor, Mr. Nathif Jama, has condemned this act, saying Garissa County has been turned into a recruitment bureau, thus dragging the county's development to the grave. He has therefore established a special task force to dig deep, to root out this evil.
It has been a hectic 2 months since Governor Nathif Adan took office, and according to his team finding, there has been a lot of mismanagement of government funds. Recent reports showed that over 180 people were employed as director, deputy, and assistant director, with only 44 being qualified.
We found over 180 people employed as directors, assistant deputy director, and assistant directors. Only 44 of them hold the appropriate requirements in terms of documentation, such as requirement for degrees. The other 136 persons in the name of directors, deputy directors, and assistant directors do not hold degrees, and that's a requirement in law. We found about close to 100 people employed as drivers, and we only have about, say, 11 or 12 or so vehicles on the streets.
Governor Nathif has inherited 7,000 workers who are allegedly paid on official salary and also Excel payment. Moreover, the government has established that 3,500 people were recorded to earn salaries annual free. On Saturday, Governor Adan appointed a special task force committee which consists of the County Secretary Muhammad Mursal and Vice Chairperson Nur Dahil to address the workers who claim to be offended.
We formed a professional committee and gazetted the same so that from this coming Monday, which is the 14th of November, the committee will be seated here in the head office. We want all persons, or any person who feels or who feels aggrieved, or who is aggrieved rather, and who have been called to attend, come and attend. Bring what you have. Come and show us that you have been appropriately employed. Come and show us that actually you have been regularly employed.
Governor Nadif has however highlighted that he is not going to fire anyone unlawfully, urging the task force to speed up listening to complaints from the workers before coming up with a summary of qualified workers. Edward Nyamu, KUTV.
Also, the Bible Translation and Literacy Organization (BTL) has launched school books in Digo, Duruma, and Pokomo languages during an elaborate ceremony held at Kwale County Stadium. The launch seeks to boost first language literacy among school children in the remote areas. In an effort of improving literacy and numeracy in learners in their mother tongue and also to promote the acquisition of English as a second language, the Bible Translation and Literacy Organization (BTL) has launched school books in Digo, Duruma, and Pokomo. The Digo and Duruma communities are found in Kwale County, while the Pokomo primarily inhabit Tana River County. The school books targeting the three communities found in the coastal region seek to boost first language literacy among school children in remote areas.
Ni vitabu ambavyo vimetengezwa kwa utaalamu wote wa Ministry ya Elimu, na tunaona kwamba watoto wanavyopata hivyo vitabu na kuvitumia vitaondoa mambo mengi ambao imefanya kwamba watoto wasiweze kusoma vizuri, wengine kwa sababu ya kuongopa Kiingereza, wengine kwa sababu ya kuongopa aibu.
The project is aimed at improving literacy and numeracy in learners in their mother tongue and also to promote the acquisition of English as a second language before English becomes the medium of instruction from grade 4 onwards.
Tumepanga mpango wa kuanzisha utengenezaji wa hizi vitabu katika chekechea. Ni kwa sababu tuligundua kwamba kulikuwa na gap, kwamba watoto wanaenda katika shule ya chekechea, wanafundishwa katika lugha zingine, alafu wakikuja katika kidato cha kwanza, klasi ya kwanza ya primary, hapo ndio tunaanza kuanzisha tena kuwasomesha lugha ya mama, na tukaona kwamba hiyo ilikuwa gap kubwa.
Kwale Governor Fatuma Achani, who attended the launch of the school books, welcomed the initiative to embrace mother tongue as a school language, especially in lower primary levels.
Vitabu pengine mwatengenezea wanafunzi wa darasani, lakini msishangae vikatumika na wengine ambao tayari wako makazini. Ni wa Mijikenda, ni wa Digo, ni wa Duruma ama ni wa Pokomo, lakini lugha zao hawazijui, yani taamanya lugha zao.
Achani termed the move as a step in the right direction, and if implemented in true spirit, will enhance the learning capabilities of the pupils and make education a wholesome experience. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV. Since the June 2020 ban on single-use plastics, Kenya has made tremendous efforts on plastic waste management fight. However, more needs to be done to increase the momentum on the efforts to address the environmental crisis. Patrick Esenero Mudimbwa, a fine artist, is on the forefront of this fight, using his artistic skills to recycle plastics. Now, Stanley Nyaringita met up with him and filed the following report.
Discarded bottles in most parts of Kenya are a common sight by the roadsides. Swaths of rivers flow beneath floating canopies of plastic bottles and bags, which block the rivers and sewage channels. Statistically, 73% of plastic waste generated is uncollected. Of the 27% collected, 8% is for recycling, while the remaining is disposed of in unsanitary landfills. Patrick Asenero Mudimbo, a fine artist and a master's degree student taking art from the Kenyatta University, is on the forefront of this plastic waste management fight by using his artistic skills to turn plastic waste to art.
Now, when you look at this piece of art for the first time, you might probably think this is pen and a piece of canvas. But no, this is purely plastic on canvas.
Artwork is an expensive venture, as an artist has to part with between 500 Kenyan shillings to 2,500 Kenyan shillings to buy supplies, but Esenero discovered a cheaper version to bring creativity to the canvas.
I've discovered that there's a lot of upcoming artists who face challenges in acquiring materials to produce their artworks. So I figured out also plastics, the availability of plastics, which are recycled, thrown haphazardly. I took advantage and felt I could pick up the colors they have in plastics and create artworks, collage artworks.
For 5 years, Esenero has been working on these pieces, collecting different types of plastics ranging from pipes, plastic bags and bottles, and even wrappers that he could find locally around him.
Started in 2015, then I had to go research, look for topics. So I landed on plastics through advice from the supervisors and the board. So they said, okay, we feel plastic is a viable topic to proceed with. So from there, that's when I started. So I collected plastic from different places in Nairobi because I had to pick a study area. Yeah.
It is often difficult to put a price on a piece of art, but Esenero says that his plastic art pieces are pocket-friendly.
It's because sometimes we give them out free, sometimes we ask the client, how much can you raise? Because if you quote, people always feel like maybe you're not serious or you're putting the price too high. So we always try to discuss and ask them, how much are you comfortable willing to give out? But between 15,000 to 8,000 there, you can get a piece.
The COP26 climate talks in Glasgow, Scotland have seen Kenya partner up with Japan Embassy in a project to recycle plastic waste. Esenero believes art is a means to conserve the environment and that concept should be taught to learners in the early stages of their lives.
I feel there's a great potential coming up and a lot of young people or even children are liking art more. They want to be involved in art. Even like nowadays we could register like 6 or 7 students, but currently we find more than 100 students are registering for art. So it is a positive thing and it's the way to go.
The artistic efforts of Patrick Esenero Mudimbwa to change from this to this will assist in the climatic talks in the country. Stanley Nyerungita, KUTV, Nairobi.
Well, at that, we take our first break. Stick around for there's much more coming up after this.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Why are you taking medicine? Are you okay?
Yes, I am. The tablet is for HIV prevention.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, refers to antiretroviral drugs taken daily by HIV-negative people who are at ongoing risk of HIV infection to reduce their chances of becoming infected. If used consistently, PrEP can reduce the risk of HIV infection by over 90%. However, because it does not protect against unplanned pregnancy, it should always be used with a family planning method. To get PrEP and any other HIV prevention method, visit a healthcare provider. To talk to someone on PrEP, uliza NASCOP at 0800 724 848 or use direct line 0726 460 000 or 1190. This message is brought to you by the National Syndemic Disease Control Council.
The race for reducing Kenya's carbon footprint by 30% by the year 2030 is on course, with companies such as Rome bringing reliability, efficiency, and profitability.
The amount that is spent by border riders who are using internal combustion engines, bikes, compared to our electric motorcycles is quite significant.
So now electric bus starts the journey in the morning at 6 a.m. then comes back to this facility at around 8 p.m. What we have to do is charge it. So communication is very important to guarantee safety in terms of power coming from the charger into the vehicle.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Let's carry on. In Kisii County, dried bananas are improved into manufacturing of flour, crisps, cakes and wine, among other items abroad. Same to the byproducts. Now, Okoigama self-help group members peel and slice the bananas with knives before drying by isolation and packing them for sale at a private company for export. A pioneer banana value addition venture in Kisii Central Sub-County requires funding if it were to transform fully the lives of the area women economically. Okoigama Self-Help Group at Masungo in Kisii Central Township Ward, which undertakes drying of green and dried bananas together with pumpkin for export, initially decided to go manual. The group members peel and slice the bananas with knives before drying by isolation and packaging them for sale to a private company for export. The dried bananas are improved into manufacturing of flour, crisps, cakes and wines, among other items abroad, sent to the byproducts. The group members were trained by the county government agricultural officers under the Agricultural Sector Development Support Program, which assisted them to produce hydrators.
Huu mradi wetu ambao tunafanya, maono yetu tunataka tupate shamba letu kama kikundi, at least tuwe na kampuni yetu yenye hata tunaweza ajiri wamama na watoto wetu hapa ambao wamesoma wako nje.
Group members Florence Mora and Winfreda Kerubo are asking for assistance from the government.
Tunaomba kaunti yetu itusaidie, itupe msaada wa kuendeleza hiki kikundi chetu. Hata greenhouse hatuna. Wamama wote wale wanakaa nyumbani, wamama wote hawana kazi, hawana shamba letu ilikuwa ndogo. Tafadhali kila mama wacha tafute kikundi kiko karibu na kwake, alafu waendelee kuchanganya wamama 3 10 hivi waanze kikundi kama hii. Sasa sio hii peke yako, vikundi ni vingi.
Area Agricultural Officer Henry Makori said demand in the USA market for the group's products was high and recommended that the members go in for solar-driven dryers, which cost about 30,000 Kenyan shillings each.
Wangependa wapate solar dryer ile nyumba mahali wanakaushia hizo ndizi, badala ya ndizi kukaa hapa wiki nzima kabla hazijakauka. Wakipata kile chumba cha kukaushia itakauka baada ya siku 2.
Different quantities of bananas are handled on a daily, weekly and monthly basis, ranging from 20 kilograms to 150 kilograms, the produce grown on the members' farms. 1 kg of the dried green and dry banana sells at 150 shillings and 300 shillings respectively, while the same quantity of pumpkin goes at 350 shillings. Elsewhere, Siaya County is projected to lose 50% of its crop following the ongoing drought in various parts of the country. This is according to the Area County Commissioner Jim Njoka, who says that about 28,000 households in the county would soon require relief food support as a result of the erratic rainfall.
Households in Siaya County, one of the counties affected by the ongoing drought, are likely to face starvation due to the late short rains. The county could lose 50% of its crop due to the drought, which will put it in need of relief food support from the government and donors. Speaking during relief food distribution at Rarieda and Ugenya constituencies, Siaya County Commissioner Jim Njoka said that the county will lose 50% of its crop, adding that the ongoing short rains that have been pounding the region in the last few days came in late when the crops had withered.
Sisi hapa Siaya, short rains tumekuwa tukipokea, lakini inaonekana haitatosha kuhakikisha kwamba mimea yetu itakuwa sawasawa. Kwa hivyo ikifika mwezi wa Disemba, tunaona ya kwamba tutakuwa na watu 28,000 households that will require relief food support entire county. Kwa hivyo as we proceed, hata sisi tutataka kuomba tuweke kwa mpango of receiving relief food on a regular time basis.
Addressing the occasions, Cabinet Secretary for Information and Communications, Eliud Owalo, who presided over the event, said that the William Ruto-led government was willing to work with all leaders to improve the well-being of Kenyans. Owalo, who was flanked by, among others, Ugenya MP David Ochieng, said that the Kenya Kwanza government will facilitate a major irrigation program along the Yala swamp in Siaya to boost food security.
We are willing to work with all leaders at the county government based on the level of cooperation that is prerequisite within the two levels of government. We will also work with all elected leaders and also non-elected leaders on issues of the economy so that we can help our people.
The CS further said that the government will facilitate optimum exploitation of the fishing resources by establishing fish processing plants along the Lake Victoria beaches. Kenya is enduring its worst drought in 40 years, according to the government and UN. More than 4 million people are food insecure and 3.3 million can't get enough water to drink. Jacqueline Wanjiru, KUTV.
Well, at that, we take another break. We'll be back with sports. Stick around.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design, with branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa. Our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
The race for reducing Kenya's carbon footprint by 30% by the year 2030 is on course, with companies such as ROM bringing reliability, efficiency, and profitability.
The amount that is spent by boda riders who are using internal combustion engines, bikes, compared to our electric motorcycles is quite significant.
When our electric bus starts the journey in the morning at 6 a.m., then comes back to this facility at around 8 p.m., what you have to do is charge it. So communication is very important to guarantee safety in terms of power coming from the charger into the vehicle.
Welcome back. Let's now get straight into sports. KCB rugby team clinched their fourth floodleague title after claiming a 23 victory over inaugural winners and three-time champions Noondays yesterday night at the Impala Club. Meanwhile, Menengai Oilers finished third after they edged out Black Blood from Kenyatta University 23-12 in the playoffs. The universities category, Nakuru Universities combined claimed the university's title after beating United States International University USIU 45-22 in the finals. Elsewhere, Kenya is now on the verge of being kicked out of the international athletics competitions, according to the Athletics Integrity Unit, as a number of athletes are suspended and others banned from participation due to doping scandals, and the latest being Kenyan runner Kenneth Kiprop Renju, who's serving a 5-year suspension. Questions are being posed to sports federations, Ministry of Sports, athletes and medical practitioners concerning strategies set to battle doping that has tarnished Kenya's image since the year 1988, when the first Kenyan, Cosmas Ndeti, was banned for doping. Finishing off, Chelsea suffered their third consecutive defeat against Newcastle at St. James Park yesterday, with Joe Wallach scoring the game's lone goal in the 67th minute. Newcastle now boast a third position in the Premier League table as Chelsea drops to 8th. In other matches, Southampton conceded a 3-1 defeat in the hands of Liverpool, despite laying strategies on coach replacement, as Arsenal remain on the league's top following a 2-0 triumph against Wolves.
Today, but they still have the aerial threat, and Firmino's flick, and it's crept in! It's a super touch from a man who's better from a dead ball than James Ward-Prowse, and his delivery is brilliant, and it's in by Adams, and Southampton.